What a world. What a world. Welcome to another episode of Brandon Janeau Show. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms I work, Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau, Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show, and of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show, man. Go follow me on all of those social media platforms. Hope you guys enjoy uh, the new episodes that's coming out this week, the episodes that are already out this week. Uh, yeah, so follow me on all social media platforms, man. But really, where you go is the YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Um, yeah, Brandon Janeau Show YouTube channel. Um, Subscribe, comment. I know I've been slacking on the clips, on the shorts. Uh, really wasn't too much to talk about this past week when it came to what I put out. Hopefully today I could get back into that rhythm of like talking about it a little bit more, but we shall see. But go subscribe, Brandon Janeau Show, YouTube channel, comment, like in the algorithms. It helps in the algorithms if you like this stuff because it gets me more people looking at it. So appreciate it. So let's get into it, man. Tonight it's wrestling life. Oh yeah, I can't escape this shit. This is like most of my content now is wrestling life. I can't escape this shit. I don't know what's going on. I can't escape this shit. Anyway, a lot of things are going on, man. With wrestling life. Uh, so let's start here. R-Truth. Ryan Killings. Ryan Killings, formerly known as R-Truth, formerly known as Kate Quick. Ryan Killings. Ryan Killings is officially WWE. Um, cut his hair off last night in a segment that was great. But when you sit there and say, "Oh, you think I'm a joke? You think I'm a comedy act?" and you cut off your hair, yeah, I started laughing a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like I laughed a little bit. I laughed a little bit. I was like, "Ooh, that's not a good sign of you just not being comedy act, bro." But I've been saying for a while, like if I was like, I was like, I've been saying for a while that R2 needed to cut that shit off because it's over. Just let it go. It's over. Just let it go. But Ryan Killings is back now. Sunday he came back. Well, Saturday I should say. Saturday he came back at Money in the Bank. Um, made his grand uh return after being released from WWE, released or just contract just not renewed, one of the two. Um, More so just not his contract just not getting renewed. The way that they were talking about him, reports come out later on and said, well, he pretty much just got uh a cold release. He got a cold release from WWE. Was like they just was just like wasn't even like anybody like Triple H or Nick Khan. It was just like some fucking random ass person from the department of TKO and just like, hey, we gotta let you go. So the fact that he has somewhat the fact that he's somewhat um back after literally being released last Sunday. He's already back on TV. Yeah, the reason why I have to talk about this is because of what Triple H said after he came back at Money in the Bank. Triple H came back after Money in the Bank. After Ryan Killings came back. Triple H, during the presser, said it was all part of the show. It was all part of the show, which means it was just a work. And immediately, you have people on social media, the dumbasses on social media, the dumbass IWC that supports WWE was like, see, he worked y'all. And then you had the dumbasses on the IWC who's AEW sickos that was just like, you know, getting their little 2 cents in. And I talk about Ricochet also jumping his dumbass into this situation. Here's the thing. It was not a work. Why the fuck would you want this to just be a part of the show when you had multiple, damn near your entire locker room, put out heartfelt thank you, R-Truth, and man, the day got darker because you're not gonna be in the locker room anymore. All of this shit, and you have fans also being in this shit. Why the fuck would you want to create morale that fucking bad and that fucking toxic for yourself if you're Triple H? To just sit there on a presser and say, it's just all part of the job. It's just all part of the story. No, bitch, it's not part of the fucking story. The fuck are you talking about? Now, can he spin it and make it part of the story? Yes, he can. He can definitely spin it. He can definitely make it about the booking. He can turn it into a good, solid booking decision. He can do it. He can definitely do it. But the way you did it right after he comes back and try to make it seem like, oh, it was just part of the show. It's not part of the show. Why the fuck would you want to create that much toxic situation in your fucking locker room? Why would you want the fans to question loyalty in the company? Make that shit make sense, because it fucking doesn't. Like, make it make sense. Why would you want that? That don't make sense. Why the fuck would you want that? You're creating enough problems for yourself and you don't even understand it. For you to sit there and then say, it's a work. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. R2 got let go. His contract was not getting renewed. He was going to be let go. Like I said, when this happened, TKO saw the books, saw how much somebody was getting paid, said, fuck that. Let's move on. Let's get them out of the way. We're not paying this person this much money. Look at his age. Let's get rid of him. There is no loyalty in business. Fuck told you that. There's no loyalty in business, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, there's loyalty in WWE with fans, with the locker room. And you let go of a beloved person, a beloved figure in the locker room, a man that is a locker room leader to a lot of people. And I had dumbasses when I posted the video sit there and say, well, TKO is just going to get rid of all of y'all. They're going to just replace it with Logan Pauls and a Travis Scott. You would kill the fan base immediately. Yeah, you're going to get casuals, but casuals don't give a fuck about wrestling. They don't. This was a terrible decision by TKO, by Nick Khan, by Triple H to let go R-Truth because of some fucking money. And they saw the error of their ways and they recorrected it. Congratulations. You finally grew the fuck up. You understood that at some point loyalty does play a massive part into the fan base. We don't want to be told that it's just a business and let's just move on. No, sometimes that it's just a business shit only works for y'all that are the casuals. See, that shit work for the casuals. That shit don't work for us. We too invested in this shit. That don't work for us. They fucked up. And they had no choice but to bring him back. And then I saw immediately, well, fans can do that. Let's break. No. No. Let's not. You immediately started trying. See, this is the problem. When you get one thing correct, Now the R-Truth shit was just wrong. There should have been more of a respect there towards that man. He had been in that company for damn near 17 fucking years. He needed a proper send off. He needed a proper ending to his career. That is bullshit. That is why that looked fucking bad. Because it's cool to let him go, but it's fucked up that he just nothing. It was just like no ending, no. You just let him walk. The fuck? That's it. It just was a bad fucking situation. That's all. That's it. And no matter how many times they try to sit there and spin it on social media, like I said, these dumbass WWE fans, these dumbass cult-like following ass fans that want to lie to themselves, it was a bad fucking decision, point blank fucking period. It was just stupid. You should have given that man more of a respect to give him a proper send off than just that. Now, hopefully, he gets the final send off that he deserves. Now, if he's going to be a serious Ryan Killens that it was when he first moved and went to TNA, that's what he's going to be in WWE now. Cool. I still want to see kind of like a little bit of R-Truth. That would be dope to see R-Truth just a moment before he retires and leaves. But now that he's back, what does he do? He's just serious R-Truth now? He's serious Ryan Killens? This is the thing I kept saying. Like, what the fuck does he do? Now he gets the proper send off? Is he going to get a retirement tour like John Cena? Or is he going to fight The Miz and Cena's going to be gone and maybe AJ Styles? And what is the proper send off for Ryan Killens? And that's where I'm kind of like, what is the proper send off? What's the proper send off? He reunited Awesome Truth last time, so he got the Awesome Truth reunited. Now, somebody on social media, dumbasses on social media, is gonna be like, "Well, he should be John Cena." No, no, fuck no. I love Ryan Killens. I love R-Truth. I love K Quick. But what's the proper send off? I don't get it. I don't know what it is. Now he gets to be serious, and that's gonna be great to see. Let's see what happens. But to sit there and say, okay, now that we got him back, he needs to win everything. It's like, bro, y'all are getting in y'all feelings, and this is why WWE shouldn't bend the knee to you sons of bitches sometimes, because y'all motherfuckers don't really know what you want. Which brings me perfectly to last fucking night. I ain't never seen so many motherfucking people either be happy or sad or kind of in the middle. I've never seen it. Jey Uso has officially lost the World Heavyweight Championship. He lost it to Gunther clean. He lost it to him clean. I've been seeing memorials on Jey Uso losing the belt all goddamn day. It's sad. Boo-hoo. Tears. Mm-mm-mm. Jey was never keeping that belt long. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought. Jey was never keeping that belt long. I kept saying I'll be surprised if he makes it through SummerSlam. I at least thought he would bring it into SummerSlam because I saw him and Gunther maybe fighting at SummerSlam and Gunther getting the belt at SummerSlam because I didn't think they would bring back the King and Queen of the Ring. But since they have brought back the King of the Ring, they had to hurry this process up. I don't know what you do with Jey. Jey is still over. It's not like Jey's not over. Jey is still over. Jey is still out here doing his thing. But at the same time, at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what you wanted them to do with Jey's booking moving forward. If Jey beat Gunther, who does Jey fight? Who does Jey fight? Seth Rollins? But Seth's got the money in a big briefcase. It doesn't make sense to fight Seth Rollins when he already has the briefcase and he can cash in whenever the fuck he wants to. Sami Zayn? I mean, I can see it, but Does Sammy need to win the King of the Ring for that? Jay could be like, man, you deserve a title match. I'm gonna give you a title match. Does he need to be in the tournament for that? And that's the thing about it. I don't know what they would have done with Jay at SummerSlam because they had no other alternative. Either he loses the belt to Gunther or he keeps it, and you have no idea what the fuck to do with him going into SummerSlam. Like you have no idea what you're gonna do with him. And I mean, right now you still don't really know what you're gonna do with him going into SummerSlam. But at least you give him, at least you get creative process to see what happens. Maybe he reunites with Jimmy. Maybe Jimmy goes to Raw. I don't think he will because his wife's on SmackDown. Maybe Jay goes to SmackDown. I don't think he will because he's too fucking popular on Raw. This is why I feel like they still need to do a draft because this shit is weird. They got to do a draft, man. They have to do a draft. It has to happen because there's too much weirdness. There's too many. I'm be honest. The rosters feel stale. The rosters feel like it's just stale ass rosters. You're just running into the same fucking problems over and over again. I think you actually need a real roster. It's getting to the point now. It's getting harder and harder to really see how certain people are going to get over, or see at least what's going on. It's nice to put the women from NXT, the Stephanies and the Julias and the Roxannes. That's awesome. That's awesome. But it freshens up the women's division. It doesn't really do shit for the men's. The men's division is kind of stuck, and it's stuck in a pattern. And I don't know what the fuck going on. I'm not surprised that Jay lost to Gunther last night. I thought it would be. This is what I thought. I thought either Gunther wins the. I thought LA Knight wins the briefcase. LA Knight wins the briefcase at Money in the Bank. Gunther beats Jay. LA Knight cashes in on Gunther. But Goldberg came out to help. That's what I thought. You could add the other scenario, which is Jay beat Gunther, kept the belt, but he's so banged up from the match that Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in. You could add Jay just went clean, but then you have like I said, you run into the problem of, okay, what the fuck do you do with Jay at SummerSlam? Gunther, same kind of. Oh, you do what you did last night, which I'm not too mad at either, which is Gunther just wins straight up. And he beats him, he takes the belt back. And Gunther either fights the King of the Ring winner or he fights either somebody. Maybe you have a number one contenders match before SummerSlam between Sammy and Ilya Dragunov, which I think is coming back. I think he's coming back next week, which brings me to the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. Like I said, I didn't think that the King and the Queen of the Ring will actually even be a thing this year, but since it is and it is happening, last night those two matches were fucking fantastic. I loved each and every one of those matches. The men's win was a little harder. It was a toss up. I knew Brian Breaker wasn't winning it, and when I saw Sammy in it, I said, okay, Sammy's gonna win. But I wouldn't have mind if Penta would have won that match. I'll be honest. I would have not mind Penta winning that match. Excuse me. The SmackDown one is gonna be very fucking intriguing on the men's side. The men's SmackDown one is gonna be very fucking intriguing. Randy Orton is coming back after losing to John Cena. He will be in that match. You have LA Knight, who made his presence very known. Which brings me to another scenario, which is there was a report yesterday that LA Knight could be battling Seth Rollins at Night of Champions. Now, why the fuck would you have Seth Rollins and LA Knight have a problem with each other? I mean, outside of LA Knight getting speared by Seth Rollins and his team a couple of weeks ago, week ago, last week on Friday night. What's the problem really? And then what's the real problem here? What makes sense of it? What I think would make sense of it is this. Seth Rollins puts the Money in the Bank briefcase online. And I think Seth and LA Knight wins. It doesn't make logical sense for Seth to have a briefcase outside of Sammy's going to win the tournament, and Sammy's going to fight Gunther, and Sammy's going to beat Gunther, and Seth's going to cash in on Sammy, and you're going to have a Daniel Bryan moment with Sammy at WrestleMania 42. I can see Triple H doing that, but then you run into the question of, well, Cody Rhodes is also in the King of the Ring, and Cody Rhodes is going to the finals. So what the fuck do you do with Cody? How does Cody get John Cena? Because Cody's going to SummerSlam. He's going to fight John Cena. That's fucking done. Like, put that shit to bed. I know a lot of people are like, no, it's not. CM Punk is not going to fight John Cena. It's done. It's a done deal. Put the shit to bed. I can literally see them keep John Cena and CM Punk off TV for like 2 weeks. I can see it. Because John Cena is going to Night of Champions. If you write CM Punk off the TV, who the fuck is John Cena fighting at Night of Champions? Because he has no other alternative. He has to fight CM Punk. It's his last time in Saudi. It's going to happen. I know that people is wishing and praying that it doesn't happen, but it's happening. Cody's in this tournament. The obvious decision is Cody. Cody's going to win the King of the Ring. It makes sense. The problem with that is that it makes too much fucking sense. That's kind of the problem. It really does make too much fucking sense. Which brings me to also what I really do believe also, which is I think Triple H is booking all of this shit with the possibility of knowing that he's not getting Roman Reigns back anytime soon. Roman Reigns might really be done for a minute. Like, because there's no reason for Seth to have the briefcase outside of you're already planning Seth Sammy for WrestleMania. That's the plan. Seth is going to beat Sammy at SummerSlam. He's going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. He's going to pin Sammy. Sammy's going to go on this Daniel Bryan arc for WrestleMania 42. Sammy Mania. And that's how we're going to get Sammy and Seth for WrestleMania 42. I've already told y'all. I think it should be Sammy, Seth, and Roman at WrestleMania, more so than Sammy and Seth. But I think the first person he targeted once he started this group was Sammy. So clearly Sammy's the person that he's going to go after. And Karrion Kross, depending on what they do with him moving forward, signing him, not signing him, he's going to linger on Sammy somehow, some way. Sammy's going to win the belt at SummerSlam. But he's going to lose it to Seth that same night, which creates the arc of Sammy having like that Daniel Bryan feel. The ultimate underdog finally gets his comeuppance at WrestleMania 42. That's what I expect is going to happen. But it leaves the question of, so what the fuck does Roman Reigns do? Because there's clearly something going on where Roman Reigns is not part of the booking. He's not part of the booking decisions. Because there's no reason for Seth to have the briefcase if Roman Reigns at some point is coming back. What's the point? Why does Seth have a briefcase with a cash in at any moment? Yeah, the unpredictability of Roman Reigns at some point could just pop up and screw Seth, but you're not going to do that. You're not going to have Seth Rollins walk around with a fucking briefcase with the Money in the Bank contract in it just to then fuck him over with the fucking title. Like, just to get Roman back. Like, no. I think he's booking this shit without Roman Reigns being a part of this, which means Roman Reigns must not be a part of this booking. Roman Reigns must have told them, hey, I'm taking a long break. I'm going to shoot movies. I'm going to do something. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, Roman's got to get his revenge. That is totally true. Roman's got to get his revenge. That is 100% true. But when does he get it? Does he get it at WrestleMania 42? Which I can see. I can see him. It sounds fucking crazy, but I think he can literally sit for a year and then come back at WrestleMania 42. I know this shit sounds absolutely nuts. It doesn't sound like it's a real thing, but it could happen. I know people think that shit sounds absolutely fucking crazy, but I don't see the plan for Roman Reigns. Where's Roman Reigns? I think we've been saying, oh, it's Roman's going to come back at Money in the Bank, and he didn't come back. Oh, he's going to come back at Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions. Yeah, he could. I could see it. Just to fuck Seth Rollins over, though? I get it. It would make sense. Seth's going to win the title. That's the plan. Seth didn't just create this faction to not win a belt. That don't make no sense. You telling me he's got a faction of the young guy, the future guy, and Brian Breaker, a powerhouse in Bronson Reed, who can also turn into a championship at some point, a champion at some point. He's got the briefcase and Paul fucking Heyman in his corner, who is one of the most brilliant strategists in all of professional wrestling ever, and Paul Heyman. And you telling me Seth Rollins is just gonna fuck up a briefcase? And by the way, it's a briefcase he's already fucking won before. He's won this fucking briefcase before. He knows how to cash in. So you're telling me in a decade he doesn't know how to fucking cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase? He doesn't know how to pick his spot. They call him the visionary. So you telling me this motherfucker don't know how to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase? He's just gonna fuck up and let Roman beat him? That shit don't make no sense. Like I'm trying to figure out people on this scenario. I don't think Roman's coming back. I don't think Roman's coming back to WrestleMania 42. And I think that's hard for people to realize. And I think it's gonna be hard for people to really get their understanding of it. I don't think Roman Reigns is coming back to WrestleMania 42. Because I'm looking at the booking and I'm like, I see where they're going already, which is Sammy's going to win King of the Ring. Cody can always get the title match. Cody beat pinned John Cena. They could always set up John Cena and Cody Rhodes. They can always set it up. Cody Rhodes can win some weird ass thing, him and Randy Orton, and can have a match, and he could beat Randy Orton in Atlanta, and that's how he gets the number one contendership or some shit. It can always happen. But for me, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, the booking for Seth doesn't make sense. You let him win the Money in the Bank briefcase, nothing came of it. Roman didn't come out to screw him. CM Punk didn't come out to screw him. He just won the briefcase. Now, which brings me to the possibility of LA Knight. They can have a match at Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel. No, Night of Champions. Night of Champions. I'm sorry. Night of Champions. They have a match at Night of Champions. And LA Knight beats him for the briefcase. And now you run into a scenario of, so LA Knight's gonna cash in the briefcase at SummerSlam, which I would not mind. I think it should have went to LA Knight to begin with. But yeah, I'm just looking at this situation. I'm saying to myself, Seth Rollins' booking is it's weird because the booking is always supposed to be him and Roman at some point. But I don't think Roman's going to be a part of the storyline until WrestleMania. And then I think you build to Roman and Seth for WrestleMania 43. That's what I'm thinking. Because if we keep sitting there saying, well, Roman's going to come back at SummerSlam, and Roman's going to come back here, and he's going to come back. The booking itself is telling you that he's not coming back anytime soon. Like, even last year, we can see how he was coming back to screw Solo. We can see it. I'm looking at this booking now, and I'm like, they're booking everything kind of on the senses of knowing that Roman's not coming back. Because it's too weird. It's like, I would say weird, but it's too like, what's the pathway? How does Roman even get? Yeah, you can sit there and say, well, he can screw Seth of the title match. Clearly, he can come out, he can screw Seth of the briefcase. But it's like, why the fuck would Seth let Roman fuck him over with a briefcase? That's his briefcase. Like, I can see it. He cashes it in. They make it a triple threat match, and then Roman Reigns music hits, and you're just like, oh fuck. But if you think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker aren't there to take out Roman Reigns, you gotta be out your fucking mind. You think Roman Reigns is just gonna run through them dudes? Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't think in the only way Sammy beats it has to be Sammy and Seth at WrestleMania. I don't see any other scenario. It doesn't make any logical sense. I thought Braun Breaker would be a great idea, but I don't think they're ready to pull the trigger on Braun Breaker just yet. I think it's going to be Sammy and Seth at WrestleMania. That's what I think. I just don't know how they're going to get there. Well, I know how they're going to get there. It just depends on how they're going to do it. And which brings me to also Survivor Series, which is it going to be a War Games match? I don't see the reasoning for the War Games match if Rome is not part of it. Like, what is the War Games match going to be? CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso. And then you get kind of confused. It's like, okay, Sammy, Punk, Jey Uso. For Rollins, it's like Bronson, Seth, what, Gunther? If he's back by this time, Drew McIntyre? I can see it. That could be a team. That could be the five. Ilya Dragunov to join Punk, Sammy, and Jay. But who's the fifth person? Jimmy? I guess. It could be Jimmy. It could be Jimmy. I wouldn't be surprised. But you can put Jimmy in that type of situation. Listen, I mean, I could see it. I could see it. Yeah. But Cody's in this tournament. Randy Orton's in this tournament. Like I said, I think Ilya Dragunov is going to be the secret person. I think he's going to be the mystery man next week. Reason why is because I know people are like, it's going to be Karrion Kross. If it was going to be Karrion Kross, they would have announced that it was Karrion Kross. I don't think people understand that. All of these fans have been chanting and screaming for Karrion Kross on social media. You brought back R-Truth because you didn't want to deal with the bullshit. You telling me you couldn't put Karrion Kross in the King of the Ring tournament and you could have taken that spot away from Bronson Reed or Rusev or Sheamus? Why the fuck would you make it a mystery opponent if it's gonna just be Karrion fucking Kross? That don't make no sense. That don't make not one lick of fucking sense. It's gonna be Ilya Dragunov. That's the only logical fucking that is the only logical fucking decision you have. Because I can't see anybody else joining that outside of Ilya Dragunov. There's nobody in that. There's no one that makes sense to put in that situation outside of Ilya Dragunov. Because, like I said, why the fuck would you sit there and not have Karrion Kross be promoted to be in the damn fight in the King of the Ring? Because you want fans on your side. And on top of that, you already spoiled one surprise. Why the fuck would you sit there and not do another? Karrion Kross would have been easily the perfect person to put in that type of match with the Bronson Reeds, the Sheamus, the Rusevs. He would have been a perfect person. But instead, you didn't do it. Why? Ilya Dragunov is clearly going to be the man that's going to get in that match. It makes too much sense. For the Queen of the Ring, Asuka's coming back next week. Asuka's going to be there next week. Asuka's gonna be there next week. She's returning after almost a year. And I saw a lot of people on social media being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that they've just released the fact that Asuka's gonna just be back next week. No build up, no nothing, no surprise." It's kind of hard to do a surprise for Asuka when you're gonna also bring back Ilya Dragunov. I mean, you in wrestling terms, it's hard to do two surprises. That's why they told you that Randy Orton was going to be the mystery opponent partner for Survivor Series for Cody Rhodes, because they knew if they brought back CM Punk, they needed to give the fans something to like stop trying to say, "Where are you gonna get Randy Orton?" It's like, well, we already know we are gonna get Randy Orton. Randy Orton was the obvious choice at that War Games, but then CM Punk comes out and it's like, oh shit, like whoa, same thing, same thing. I don't think Stephanie's going to win next week. Stephanie recurs in that match with Ivy Now, Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel's not going to take the pin because Rhea's going to cost her the match. Asuka's going to pin Ivy Now. I think it's going to be Asuka. I think Charlotte is in one of those brackets on SmackDown. I can't remember. Yeah, Charlotte's in one. Nia Jax, Piper Nevin, Jay Cargill, and Michin is in another. Charlotte's in a bracket, but I forgot who the fuck Charlotte's in that bracket with. I want to say probably Chelsea Green's in that. I can see Chelsea Green being in that one. I can see, yeah. I mean, I gotta see the women's bracket one more time on SmackDown. I knew it was Nia. I know it was Jade. I knew it was Naomi. Jade, Nia, Piper Nevin, and Michin. I gotta see the other side with Charlotte's on. Um, yeah. For the women, it's a little bit harder to see. I don't know who wins out the women. Me personally, I want Young Blood to always get their just due. I think Roxanne Perez should definitely win the tournament. You're already creating a fiction in the Judgment Day. Why stop there? Keep pushing the fucking envelope. Does Charlotte need to be the queen of the ring? Not fucking really. It's fucking Charlotte. Like, does she need to be the queen of the ring? Not fucking really. Um, if you're setting up scenarios, I would have Jade somehow, some way get the title match against Tiffany. I think you tried it once with Charlotte and it just didn't work. The build up sucked. Uh, the build up with Cody and Cena was at least good. It just the fucking match sucked, which I knew it was gonna suck. Me personally, I have Roxanne Perez win the fucking tournament. It's unpredictable. You don't see it coming as much. And if she's the one that goes to SummerSlam before Liv gets a title match against Io, which Liv has been screaming about, I want my belt back, I want my title back, I want. If Roxanne is the one that gets the title match over before Liv does, that's a fucking dub. You now have a storyline pushing, driven by rage and revenge and vengeance. I'm not saying that Roxanne has to beat Io at SummerSlam, but that would drive Liv the fuck up the wall. The fact that Liv and possibly could be dropping the tag team titles at Evolution to the Bella Twins. You don't think that drives Liv the fuck up the wall? Of course it does. But I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to win the King of the Queen of the Ring. That's going to be pretty interesting. Ricochet. Ricochet. Ricochet, brother. It is almost about to be a year. It is about to be a year since you left WWE and you went to your new home of AEW. Why the fuck are you still crying, bitching, and moaning and complaining about what the fuck is happening in WWE? Now, I get it. You feel your way. I totally understand. You feel your way. You can feel your way. But it sounds like you are just an ex still trying to get back at their past. and say, look how good I got it. I got it good over here. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. The fuck is wrong with you? I don't even see you, ho. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like you just like you gotta like taunt the new shit. Bro, you just walking around making sure your ex see you. Like, I don't give a fuck about you. The fuck is wrong with you? That shit is annoying, my nigga. That shit is annoying, my nigga. Ricochet, bro. The moment you see Royal True come back, you got the goddamn balls, nerve, whatever the fuck you got, to go on social media and be like, I saw a lot of fans getting mad at Tony Khan for changing, you know, Mina Shirakawa's entrance. And then, bro, why are you trying to take R-Truth's moment away from him? Why? Oh, Brandon, well, he was talking about Triple H calling it just part of the job, part of the situation. At the end of the day, bro, why the fuck do you care? Why do you care? If you're in a better place, so you say, why are you still worried about what the fuck your ex do? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, why are you still concerned about what the fuck your ex do? If you're in a so-called better fucking place, you are too concerned about your ex, which is WWE. It is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous that you care that fucking much about what your ex do. And I know what you're gonna say, Brandon. Oh, Brandon, you just making up shit. You just saying shit. You no, bro. No, bro. It's ridiculous for a man that's supposed to be in a better place creatively, financially, in his career to still be worrying about what the fuck his ex do. WWE does not give one single solitary fuck about you, Ricochet. WWE is AEW and WWE is a way different conversation, but you particularly get over it. They let you go. They let you go to AEW freely, by the way. This wasn't like some shit. They let you go freely. They let you go freely, my brother. They said go and do whatever the fuck you want to do with your life. We do not give a fuck. And yet you still are crying about WWE. Why? Why? You are in a better place. So you say. You're doing some of the best work you've done since we've seen you on TV since you went to WWE. Why the fuck do you care about what WWE is doing? They are you. Hey, bro, if you're an AEW sicko, I don't give a fuck what you. I don't give a fuck about your opinions on WWE. I don't care. If you're a WWE cult like following motherfucker, I don't care about your opinions on AEW. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care about your. If you're an AEW sicko, I don't give a fuck about your opinions on WWE. Not, not one drop. And if you're a WWE cult like following motherfucker, I don't want to hear your opinions on AEW either, motherfucker. All y'all just hating, and I ain't got time for that shit. Shut up. This brings me to last night's Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I already told you I love last night Monday Night Raw. It actually felt like they actually had stories. Booking all fucking year long for WWE. And just wrestling in general. AEW, WWE has fucking sucked. It felt like they have just been this fucking cesspool of just like, let's not fuck up booking. Let's not fuck up. It just feels like it's like, let's not fuck up stories. Like, it feels very predictable. It feels very comfortable. It feels very stagnant. And instead of y'all giving, you know, better storylines, better characters, just better motivation for us to watch the fucking companies. It's like you've been just giving us whatever the fuck you wanted to give us and shit on the programs. It's like, what are we doing? Hopefully last night is just a precursor to what the fuck moves forward during the summer, which is better fucking wrestling. Raw was great last night. Hopefully they could continue the fucking momentum. I know you're going to Green Bay next week, which is kind of a dud town sometimes. But hopefully they wake the fuck up and they do great next week. 2 returns. Asuka, I'm assuming Ilya Dragunov. You continue to build a Cena Punk story. Gunther's not a new World Heavyweight Champion. Let's see what happens. That is it. That's it. So you guys soon. It's been Wrestling Life. Yeah. So you guys soon. Peace.